Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Danny Stewart here for BaseJapanDirect.com, and I'm just doing a quick demo on this here Enfield Avenger 2, partially because I had an inquiry about it, and I thought rather than try and explain in words, I would just do it in video. And the other reason is because it's at high time that I just had a video about this, because it's been listed for years and still hasn't sold. So it's now on clearance sale. I don't really know why nobody's buying it, but maybe there could be a good reason, which might be that Enfield has gone out of business in terms of making basses and guitars. Martin is still making the pickups though, and he's still doing custom body refinishes and stuff, and I think he does finishes for other makers, and that's what he's focusing on rather than making his own brand, which this was. I mean, I found these to be, some of them are excellent, some of them are okay, and some of them are not good, to be honest. Like, there's been inconsistencies in build quality, and I think that might be one of the reasons why people are kind of a little bit iffy about buying one of these. But this is one of the better ones, for sure. It's been very stable, and it sounds great. It plays like really smoothly. I like it. And it's got the Glockenlang preamp on board with two-band EQ, your bass and your treble. I think it sounds good. And it's, you know, it's got the Sims pickups where you can switch between jazz, humbucker, and single coil and precision modes on each pickup, getting you a huge variety of sounds. You know, like we can go hum hum, J hum. You know, JJ, PJ, and it sounds, you know, I think it sounds really good. It's a vast array of very modern tones. You get that nice glassy, you know, that nice glassy which is great, that glassy attack. For slap, sounds wicked, and of course, you know, you can have 15 combinations between the pickups. You know, the rear pickup sounds great. Especially with the tone, the treble at notch. That's in P mode, and if we go in J mode, sounds like a 70s. Actually, this is more like 60s position spacing. very nice. And you know, front pickup. Go into P mode. You get something which is pretty close to a genuine P sound. Let me see, what bass line can I do? Add a bit of treble to that. Full up. Nice and grunky for rock playing or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it cuts a whole variety of tones, and the English rosewood used on this fretboard is absolutely beautiful. That's a beautiful piece of rosewood, and it's got real mother of pearl dot inlays, which are, yeah, it's nicely done. And the cut of the nut on this one is pretty good. I've seen you know, I've seen inconsistencies in their builds, though, I have to admit, like I said earlier, and I have had ones which have just they had to have new necks made for them because they weren't stable enough. But this one's been very stable here in Japan. It's been withstanding the weather okay. Yes, you have to tweak it seasonally, but you know, once it's settled into a season, you've adjusted the truss, it seems to be pretty stable and only needs very minor adjustments, if any at all. Like this has been on the wall now, set up with these new strings on it for about 1 week now, and it's been I pulled it off the wall just now, and it's managed to keep its composure just fine. So that's a really good that's a really good sign. So yeah, that's it really, and it's available now. It's on a clearance deal. It's basically selling at cost price, just because I'm trying to make room for other stock. I'm obviously not going to be carrying any more Enfield, although I will be, when they have stock ready, I will be getting more of their pickups to install in my funky junks and stuff for customers who want to have that Enfield sound, but in a cheaper instrument, and maybe an instrument that might be actually more reliable than if you had a chance to buying one of their instruments that they've made in the UK. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it's just here, Japan is a different country. It's got very different climates. They have a totally different approach to making necks and seasoning woods and stuff. You know, we've got much more extreme summers with extreme humidity and very dry winters. Like, you know, the winters here are so dry that my skin gets dry and even cracks and bleeds sometimes. And my nose gets so dry that it becomes really uncomfortable in winter time. So you can imagine that that's going to wreak havoc on instruments unless they're properly seasoned. So, however, I have had 3 Enfield that have been stable and well. They adjusted pretty well to the Japanese climate without much problem. And one of those sold. The other is still available. It's X demo. It's Avenger 1, and this Avenger 2, which has also been very stable, which is now currently on sale. So yep, I think that says it all. I do want to say though, some things that I really love about these is one, the mixed hardware, which is custom made by Hipshot, in dual colors as well. So this is black and chrome, and the way the neck is, the bolts are with the bushels, the mixed colors to match, and the tuning pegs from Hipshot as well to match. That's really cool. That's some really cool stuff. I really like that. And of course I like the pickup concept. I think it's great. I've had some people ask me, are the pickups, you know, do they sound like genuine vintage pickups? And I would say they're pretty close. They're as close as you're going to get, I think, with the 4 coil layout that these use. Of course, they're not quite as hot as vintage type hand wound pickups, but sound wise, I mean, like I showed you on the rear pickup for the Jazz, you know, it's quite nice. This is in a 60s position, like I said, so it's not quite as quacky as it would be in 70s position. But I think that's pretty close to a genuine jazz sound. Like if I compare it with this Tokai up here, which, you know, again, it's a 60s position rear pickup. This isn't active, of course, so it's gonna not be quite as powerful sounding as the active Enfield. But yeah, the sound isn't that far off. I think it's a little bit brighter, a little bit more modern, but you know, it's negligible. I think they did a good job with the pickups. So yeah, that basically that covers it. I'll leave it at that, guys. So thanks again for watching, and I hope somebody will consider giving this wonderful bass a home. The other feature that's really kind of cool is the magnetic cavity cover. So yeah, it's very, very easy to access your cavity for servicing, and it's very, very tidy wiring as well in here. Nice snug battery compartment. The battery doesn't fall out, you know, when you open it up, like on some instruments where they're a little bit loose. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. All right, have a great weekend.